What's up everyone and welcome back to the Wolf Reactions. My name is Wolfie and today we're going to be taking a look at issue number 14 of the IDW Sonic the Hedgehog comic. Today... Alright guys, you know the deal. We've done this 14 times now, so here's how this is going to go. I'm going to talk about the story real quick, I'm going to talk about things I like, things I didn't like, and then I'll give it a score. So right off the bat, we need to take a look at this cover here. This cover lets you know everything you need to know right off the bat, if you guys can see it. Well, I mean, if I'm going to have the pictures there. So, yeah, pictures 3, the covers will be over there. This cover that I got, the one in particular, has Eggman in dead center, Dr. Starline right below him. It looks kind of like, it reminds me of the Thor Ragnarok poster, only less colorful and with less, not about the same amount of characters going on. Kind of, you know how they got the character and character and character. I know that's been done in many movie posters before, but that's what it reminds me of recently as the Thor Ragnarok poster. We got Metal Sonic on the cover, Silver Sonic, Dr. Starline, don't drop the comic book, Wolfie, and Eggman. So I'm going to leave this book open right here so I can look down and refer to it as I give you a brief, hopefully brief synopsis of the story. So, let's go ahead and flip to it. So our book immediately starts us off with Sonic and Silver on top of this frozen peak, and Sonic's confirming with Silver that their Eggman base was supposed to be located up here. And Silver is talking about how this mysterious man showed up, this mysterious guy showed up, and told him about some Eggman base and then vanished. And Sonic's like, yeah, that's about coincides with what we remember. That matches up with what they experienced with the other day. And Silver was like, I don't know, it seems a little sketchy, but it's all we've got. When they get to the top of the mountain, they see this, it's an abandoned Eggman base, but we see like a nice little callback to an older Sonic game, not old, but like Sonic 4, the Sonic 4 Polar Bear Badnik is there with some Motobugs taking out some, looks like crates, these metallic crates of what we can imagine are old Eggman creations and bots and pieces and builds and whatnot. So Sonic and Silver are like spying on the Badniks who are clearing this place out through the portal that we know Dr. Starline can make. Silver and Sonic basically hatch up a little plan to kind of sneak attack them, but before they have the chance, boom, out of nowhere, Metal Sonic shows up, knocks Sonic out, and we see that, of course, after Eggman had repaired Metal Sonic is no longer capable of speaking. He is now the silent antagonist like he used to be, all of the Sonic Mania adventures, the old school Sonic CD, and even the Sonic OVA, in which I guess even Sonic talks about it. He says like, oh, I guess talking was a Neo Metal Sonic thing. So he's basically crap talking Metal Sonic and telling him, you know, this is a big downgrade. You can't even talk back to me anymore. Metal Sonic grabs Silver by the foot, flings that silver haired right out of like, looks like Team Silver's blasting off again type deal. So Sonic and Metal Sonic engage in combat. Like I said before, it's a one-sided conversation with Sonic constantly just talking crap to Metal Sonic not responding, and more or less just trying to destroy his target. Silver comes in with the it's no use assist, but Starline intervenes and gets Metal Sonic out of Silver's telepathic grip, I guess. And Starline more or less introduces himself to Sonic and Silver and kind of just spills everything. He's like, yes, I am Dr. Starline. I'm the one behind your most recent problems. And he just kind of just spills everything. He doesn't hide anything. You know, normally we'd have the exchange of, who are you? What's your name? You will find out. Wait, hang on. I gotta pantomime this out. Where are me glasses? You know, normally in a comic book exchange between a hero and a villain, the hero would be like, who are you? And then the villain would be like, oh, you will find out soon enough. And then it'd be like that, where it's always mysterious and you would never get any answers. But no, Starline's just like, yeah, I'm the one behind all your recent problems. I'm the one who called you guys here. And, you know, Silver's like, yeah, that's the guy. He's the guy that told me that. And Sonic's like, okay, so why did you call us here? And Starline's like, I want to experience you for myself. I don't know why I gave Starline that voice. You know what? I'm the official Starline voice actor until further notice. I don't think there's a Starline voice actor out there. I will take up the role. He's like, yeah, I'm going to read what he said. He said, the blue blur across time and space, the only being alive to be able to stand up to the overwhelming might and brilliance of Dr. Eggman through sheer skill alone. I don't know why I'm making him sound like a mix of Jet the Hawk, beady platypus, and some sort of skeezy car salesman. But that's the way I picture Starline sounds like. If not a little more suave and cool. But basically, Starline calls Sonic up because he wants to test his abilities against Sonic, and I guess he wants to see how he measures up, as he just said. So Sonic's like, yeah, this is... And Silver has this funny line where he's like, he did not sound this creepy or crazy when I talked to him. Sonic's like, okay, sure, whatever. Finally, Sonic asks, what did Starline do with Dr. Tinkerer? And he gets the confirmation, yeah, he's no longer that shell of a man. He is back to being himself. Speaking of Eggman, back to the Eggman base, we see Eggman still applying tests to various small woodland creatures. His new God dang it, I still can't say it. His new robot virus, he's testing it on these woodland creatures, and now he decided, well, this thing isn't working quick enough, but maybe repeated exposure to this virus will speed up the process. So he hangs in Pocky, I believe his name is, on a fishing line, and just kind of boops him against the little squirrel, and within seconds he is instantly roboticized. Yeah, so the virus basically works. It's going to be The Walking Dead up in the Sonic comics up here very soon, if the way it looks is going, because it seems like the more you're interacting with it, the quicker the quicker the process goes, which means it's going to be like a zombie thing. The more of them there are that swarm you, the quicker you are to turn. This is going to be really scary when this thing finally gets out there. And Eggman's like, yes, all I need to do is administer big doses here and there, and it'll take care of itself. They'll all go aggro and just attack everybody until everybody is winds up being this roboticized. But before Eggman can go to the next part of his plan, because he's monologuing to himself at this point, he's like, I'm about to move on to my next brilliant part of the plan. Rough and Tumble bust in, and Eggman basically called to Eggman, the deal was, we busted you out of prison, that you were going to help us take out Sonic. But your weapons last time weren't good enough. They're referring to the last issue, of course, where they tried to take on Sonic and Tails, but failed. Sonic and Tails and failed. Rhyme. And Eggman's like, oh, you know what? I just got my newest weapon out of beta. And it's basically Eggman referring to, his virus. I'm thinking he's gonna apply that virus to Rough and Tumble. Rough and Tumble are gonna be the first victims of this virus. This is gonna be very interesting. Are they gonna be able to turn back? Is Eggman immune to his own virus? I need to know more details on this. Yeah, this is gonna be crazy. So Rough and Tumble being the first. Well, when I say first victims, I know about the woodland creatures, but I'm talking about main character victims, right? Named character victims. So Starline chose this venue, this snowy peak. We're flashing back to the snowy peak. He chose the snowy peak. We see that Starline is also very intelligent and very competent. Chose the snow top of the mountain to fight Sonic because Sonic can't gain traction there. He's not able to, get speed going as quick as he normally can. And Silver and Sonic have to take on Metal Sonic there. Metal Sonic is stopped by Silver, and Silver just kind of flings him off, and they go after Starline. Starline, of course, using his portals, flings Silver and Sonic out somewhere else. They come charging at him again. He flings them somewhere else using his portals. And yeah, it's like, they're kind of outclassed here. At least with this portals ready. With Starline knowing you're coming, you can't really get to him. He's just gonna open portals and cause you to fly through them. Excuse me. Silver and Sonic are just like, this isn't working. We're trying everything. They landed on the other side of the mountain after they went through one of his portals, and they're like, this isn't working. What do we do? Sonic's like, I got a better idea. And Silver's like, wait, wouldn't it just be quicker if I fly you back over? He's like, no. This is much quicker. You just start shooting off in the distance. And then Starline's like, go back to the base, Metal Sonic. I'll convene with you after I give Sonic and the others a minute to catch up. But before that could happen, he's hit by Sonic. Like, he didn't see Sonic coming, so he wasn't ready to open a portal this time. Smacked by Sonic. And he's like, how did you get here? And he's like, Sonic's like, My name is Sonic. I'm made of goes fast. I'm like, that's a good line. That seems like a reference to something, though. I'm sure someone in the comments, or I'll just put a correction down here, there, about where that's from. I'm sure that line's from something. But yes, Starline pretty much says, oh, that vault over there has the sorry. He's like, that vault over there has the code, the access code 2662. And Silver's like, I'll go in there and check it out. Sonic, you keep him here. So Sonic's talking to Starline, and he's like, so what are you and Eggman up to? What's your deal anyway? And Starline's like, oh, Eggman's not here doing this. This is all me. And he basically drops the line that, I'm planning on planting explosives inside that vault. You know, then giving your friend the detonation code. And Sonic's like, crap! Like, Silver just went in there and he's about to put in that code, which is going to set off the bombs that Starline had in there. A very clever plan. So Sonic speeds in there and you see the vault explode. And Starline starts celebrating preemptively, like, haha, I did it! I can't believe it was that easy. How spectacular! I hope the doctor saw that. And speaking of the doctor, a hand comes through the portal, chokes out Starline, like slams him into the glass. Eggman is pissed. He's like, how dare you! And Starline's like, I don't understand. You know what this moment reminded me of? It reminded me of that moment in Batman, the animated series. It might have been the animated series. I think it's the animated series. Where Harley Quinn supposedly kills Batman and Joker goes off on her because he's like, that's not how you do it. It's about the joke, you know, the punchline and everything. You're not supposed to kill Batman. That's my job. That's my kill. I'm the one who should kill him, basically. That's what this moment kind of reminded me of, if you guys know what I'm referencing. But Eggman basically says that to Starline. He's mine to destroy. I could easily carpet bomb him, but that's not the way to do it. I have to prove I'm superior. And basically it's like, yeah, you know what? That would explain why Eggman always has this grand plan of, like, making things to Eggman Land. How he's got this big ego that needs to be stroked all the time. And why he doesn't just kill Sonic all the time when he has a chance, like in Forces. But this kind of puts more context behind that. Why he wouldn't just destroy Sonic. In his mind, he's got to do it the right way, right? Like, he's got to outsmart him, prove his superiority. Like when he did in Sonic Adventure 2, when he tricked Tails into telling him about the fake emerald. And stuff like that. You guys know. You guys know what I'm referencing, of course, if you played the adventure games. But Eggman, of course, is like, luckily for you, the Hedgehog is a lot harder to kill than that. And we see Eggman rewinding footage before the explosion inside that vault that shows Silver and Sonic are okay. That Sonic got there just in time to tell Silver to put up a shield before the explosion went off. And yeah, Silver is out because blocking that explosion probably used all of his telekinetic abilities. So Eggman asks, so what did you think after you fought Sonic for the first time? And Starline's like, that was an experience that put things into a lot of perspective. And yeah, Starline kind of got humbled there for a bit. We find out that Silver is back at Restoration HQ, resting up. He got kind of beat up there with that explosion, and Sonic brought him there. Amy kind of is like, if you need anything, let me know. Sonic and Amy kind of go off and they start discussing what the next part of the plan is going to be, what they got to do. Amy kind of narrows down like, well, Eggman could be at any of the bases. Now that we're starting to rebuild the world, another attack from him could be devastating. So we need to plan ahead. What are we going to do? We need to find where he's going to be, or where he's not, at least. We can use one of his bases to kind of narrow down where he might be. So the next part of the story is going to be Sonic and Amy. There's a nice little Sonic and Amy picture at the end for you Sonic and Amy fans out there. A little Sonic and Amy picture. That Sonic carries Amy and they're off to the next adventure to go find another Eggman base. And that is the end of this story. I will say this. Not in my top 5 for the books. It's really good. Don't get me wrong. It's good. It's good. I liked it. The artwork in this is great, as usual. The story is consistent, of course, with Ian Flynn writing, and the art was by Tracy Yardley, colors by Leonardo, and letters by Sean Lee, blah, blah, blah. You guys know the credits by now. Yeah, everything was great. I will say a lot more story progression this time. And the great thing about these IDW Sonic comics thus far is that they've been mixing a lot more there's a lot of action mixed in with the story progression. Normally, in most books, you'll get more story progression, less action, or more action, less story progression. This is kind of finding a good balance of both. We're getting moments between characters. We're seeing moments for characters to have their moments, and a lot of moment talk there. A lot of it's just a good mix of story progression and story progression and character building. I'm liking a lot of the writing thus far, and I also like that character arcs are going and coming and ending. Metal Sonic going from this insane dictator Neo Metal Sonic thing to going back to his regular self is kind of a regression, but it's welcome. That's how we know Metal Sonic. Starline getting a taste of some Sonic action, if you guys know what I mean. Not like that, but you know. It was cool to see Silver and Sonic fighting together, though Silver seems a little bit underpowered compared to how he should be, but I guess that just comes with him not being a little more naive and dorky, I guess. I don't know. We're still seeing Eggman. He's really sinister and menacing in this book. Like, he doesn't seem to have much care about turning organic creatures into metallic robots, as we saw with Rough and Tumble. Poor Rough and Tumble, man. I mean, they're jerks, but I don't think they deserve to get that virus deal if that's where they're headed. But hey, he might get his tail back. No, he probably won't. He'll just be metallic without it. Yeah, I can't really think of much else to say. I like that Eggman basically is like outlining his plans, and I really want to see where this goes, because I'm thinking if Rough and Tumble are the first people to get the virus, wherever they are sent is going to be the first outbreak of this virus, and that could be the key to where the whole story leads from here on in. Guys, I don't know what else to tell y'all, but I guess at the end of this comic there's like a hang on, let me see if I can find it. There's like a, where is it? Oh, never mind. Yeah, never mind. I was gonna say at the end of the book there was something crazy, but I guess not. Yeah, let me know what you guys thought of this comic book. Oh wait, before I do that, I can't really think of anything I didn't like. I'm trying to think. Let me think. No, nothing. I honestly can't, like, most of these books are pretty solid, and I can't think of anything. Not even things to nitpick at, really. I liked it a lot. I'm going to give this one an 8.2 out of 10. Pretty solid. A decent read, and I recommend it to anybody. Oh, it's 20 years of IDW. How about that? I wonder when we're going to start getting crossover comics with Sonic and other characters. I wonder when. But yeah, I'm also very excited about the Whisper and Tangle spin-off comic coming out sometime this summer. That's going to be fun. That little mini-series is going to be great, and I'm going to be there day one. You better believe it. I'm going to be there day one. What's happening in my voice? Let me know what you guys thought of this comic. Leave a comment below. Hit that like button, and don't forget to subscribe to the Web for reactions to more videos like this one if you haven't already. And hit that bell if you are already subscribed, so that way you become part of the notification squad and you'll know when we are live during streams or when the next video goes up, because YouTube is still busted and it's about to get worse because it's YouTube. Thank you all so very much for watching, and I will see you all in the next video, whenever that may be, so stay tuned.